Ladies, boosting your brain and your microbiome are two of the most important areas of the body in menopause to focus on. Hi. Hi, I'm Ruth and I run Menopause Mastery, where I help ladies to not just survive but to actually thrive in perimenopause, menopause and beyond. And Dr. Tim Spector has done a study through the King's College in London on 11,000 people. I think I've quoted that right, don't hold me to it. 11,000 people's eating habits. Oh my God, how interesting is that? And basically what they're saying is that it showed the people who ate 30 plus plants, 30 different plants a week, had more diverse gut microbes than those who ate 10 or less. So 30 plus plants a week is the way forward for your health. Okay? It also boosts mental health, it lowers the risk of heart disease, helps with menopause symptoms, so getting that variety of plants every single week is such a big boost for your health, okay? I'm going to talk about how we can do that because 30 sounds like, oh my God, how do I reach 30 plants a week in my diet? But actually, these foods consist of fruit, vegetables, spices, herbs, nuts, seeds, pulses. So there's actually a huge spectrum, a variety to choose from. You know, we're not just talking about vegetables here, we're talking about all of those foods that I've just mentioned. So let's look at 4 ways that you can increase your plant eating in a week. And the first one is to shop variety, because most of us are such creatures of habit. We go around the supermarket in exactly the same way. We walk down the aisles in the same way every time. We're in our unconscious brain, not even focusing properly. We pick up the same things each week. So I would like to invite you to go to the supermarket with an open mind, go around in a different way, switch up your aisles, switch up what you're looking at. Go to the vegetables and maybe pick some different vegetables. Shop with a different mindset. And that's the first way that you can start to include some different new foods that you haven't tried before. Your kids might not thank you. You might have to go gently with that. But try some new foods. Try not to just eat the same thing each week. And I think definitely when you go online as well, if you do an online shop, do it differently. Go and look at what they've got there rather than just going, yep, I'll have my regular order. No, this week I'm going to switch it up a bit. And the second one, choose some new recipes. Do you know that this is absolutely profound? Most of us eat the same 12 meals just on repeat. Over and over the same 12 meals. How boring is that? When there are so many different foods, there are millions and billions of different foods in the world, and we're eating the same 12 meals. So my second tip is to choose some new recipes, because when you choose new recipes, it means you're going to have to shake things up a bit. You're going to have to pick some different ingredients, and that's going to help you up your plant intake. So number 3 is to add plants into your breakfast. Most people make a face when I say that. They're like, plants with breakfast? Vegetables with breakfast? Seeds with breakfast? Nuts with breakfast? Yes. Stop eating your normal toast and your normal cereal and have something different. So what I do to add plants into my breakfast is I'll make an egg omelette and I'll rotate the vegetables that I have in it. So some days I have tomatoes and mushrooms. Other days I might have some greens. So I'll put some spinach in there or some kale. You know, whatever you want. Or I'll have like asparagus and broccoli on the side. Whatever you're having, just switch things up a bit. Be a bit more conscious about what you're doing. Track it in a food diary so you know exactly how many of each thing you've had. And at the end of the week, you can count them up. Make it a game in your home with your kids. You know, let's see if we can get to 30 different foods in this category in a week. And the fourth one is, if you're eating things like salads, casseroles, soups, even cakes, add in more vegetables. So in a casserole, for example, you can get all sorts. You can get lots of root veggies in there, carrot, swede, turnip, you know, all of those. You can put mushrooms and onions in there. You've already got 6 there before you've even thought about it. And if you're having a salad, get a couple of different types of greens, like different lettuces. Add some tomatoes, add some raw mushrooms, add some radish, add some spring onions. There are so many different things you can put in there And then even with cakes, look for some cake recipes. I used to have a food business and I used to make cakes with beetroot in, with courgette. Carrot cake's an obvious one, but there's lots of different vegetables that you can use in a cake, which sweet potato, for example, provides really good density and moisture. And when you've cooked it, you wouldn't even know it was there. So you can make a chocolate cake with beetroot in it. Your kids wouldn't even notice, but the texture is amazing. It makes it so moist. And with carrot cake, don't just add carrot, add some courgette. It's very similar in terms of its density and texture. And again, when it's cooked, you won't even notice it's there. So there's lots of different ways you can do this. And I really invite you to listen to Dr. Tim Spector's advice. And if we're eating over 30 plants a week, we're going to improve what's going on in our gut, and you will feel better from it. I did a group challenge years ago in one of my food groups, and we all got to well over 30 at the end of the week. It's about being conscious. It's about consciously changing your habits. So get a food diary or a chart on the wall where you can write it down, but have a go, ladies, and see how much better you feel. And I'd love it if you would like, share, comment underneath. Let me know whether you've ever done this before. Let me know how you're doing at the moment with the plants in your diet. And I'm not saying exclusively. Obviously, if you eat meat, that's absolutely fine. Fish, eggs, all the rest of it. This is just the additional food. So see how you get on. And if you'd like to work with me on a one-to-one, I do offer one-to-one coaching. You can get in touch with me through Facebook. My name is Ruth Goodwin. I also have a main page on Facebook that's been going for, about 12 years. And I have 2 free groups. I have Menopause Mastery, where I help ladies in menopause. You can get your questions answered. I put posts in there. It's very interactive. I also have It Starts With You, which is a group for women to put themselves first and be reminded every now and again to put yourself first, because we often forget. So both of those 2 are free. I have a 90-day transformation course, which comes with a small fee, but it's actually all about changing your habits. So this would fit very well into, what I'm talking about with the brain and microbiome. There's a lot of focus on that in the course. There's also focus on habit change around general nutrition, around hydration, movement, stress relief, all the things in our lives that we tend to have these unconscious habits around. And by the time we get to menopause, can actually start to wreak some kinds of havoc there, because your hormones are changing. So everything can shift when hormones change, as you've probably noticed. So thank you very much for joining me today, and look out for our other videos on YouTube. Take care of you and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.